Fundamentally, it started with a vision. What do you want Florida to look like when your kids and grandkids are living here and trying to work here in Florida? And so it started with, some big picture things like high-paying jobs and vibrant and sustainable communities that balance growth with the protecting the environment and the beaches and the things that draw people to Florida.
In 2010, the Florida Chamber Foundation began developing 6 pillars, a process focusing in on the aspects of society they believed determined a community's overall success: talent supply and education, innovation and economic development, business climate and competitiveness, civic and governance systems, and quality of life and quality places.
6 pillars is it's really the game plan for the state and then on the local level for Palm Beach County. It's bringing business and all other community organizations together to figure out where we're going to go over the next 15, 20, 30 years.
Palm Beach was the first county to implement the process in 2011. But since then, several counties, regions, and at least 6 other states have incorporated 6 pillars into their planning.
The recession made it abundantly clear to anybody who was paying attention that Florida's overdependence on its housing industry and construction industry and tourism industry can really cripple you when you get a type of recession, a real estate-led recession and a global recession like we just went through.
It's vital to be able to know how you're going to dig out of a recession. And it's vital to know who is in your community and how to measure your community's success. Without those 2 items, we really can't see much of a future for the state or for the county. So to be able to organize our thoughts into one place and have that dialogue, it's very important.
The 6 pillars plan is being used to help diversify the economy.
Not be such a service-based economy, not be so dependent on agriculture and tourism and housing and construction, but to look for the high-paying jobs and industries that might migrate to Florida.
One of those industries is the biotech field. Scripps and the Max Planck Institute came to Florida before 6 pillars was implemented, but both are now working with Florida Atlantic University and its talent base. And 6 pillars is being used to help expand the industry.
I think the next phase of that is, there are conversations going on right now around this topic, is how do you attract the venture capital and the hedge funds to come down here and invest in those businesses once they begin to spin off and create a little Silicon Valley right here in South Florida.
Under the business climate and competitiveness pillar, 10 local governments came together to figure out how to improve the actual construction process.
By cutting down the amount of time that a building permit takes to go through a local government, you're really getting any new ground-up development or remodeling or renovation of a building out of the ground a lot faster. So with that, you're saving the contractor time, and eventually and hopefully you're saving the end user time and money.
To measure the success of 6 pillars, the Florida Chamber developed a metric through Cambridge Systematics called the Florida Scorecard.
For instance, let's say talent supply and education. Are your 4th grade reading scores going up or down? If they're going up, you're doing something right. You're making some progress there. And that's what the Florida Scorecard does. If you're able to measure it, then it's more likely to get done than if you just come up with a plan in the abstract and hope.
By focusing in on the state's assets, there is plenty of hope for Florida's economic future.
We're geographically positioned in this hemisphere to be able to take tremendous advantage of our location when it comes to trade and tourism, and really being a portal for both Europe, the Far East once the Panama Canal widening is completed, and Central and South America.
By all accounts, it seems as if we are absolutely moving in the right direction.